Hi, this is Tara with Tara's Tips, Terrific Ink, Paper, and Stamps. And today I want to show you a card using the Pretty Prince designer paper, and it is a bookbinding card. So here it is, and then this is the inside. And then I've got my envelope and that, and we also have it in purples. So I like both of them. So we're gonna make the one with in the blues today. So let's get started. Okay, so here's a close-up, better view of that. And the inside, and the envelope. And there again in the purples. This is done with the fresh freesia, the rich razzleberry, and the blackberry bliss. Okay, and to start it off, we're going to pull in our Simply Scored scoring tool. And we are going to score this at 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. And we can fold that here in half and let it like that. Okay, now I've got a scrap of Coastal Cabana and Mint Macaron, and I am going to take my Fabulous Frames dies, and here are those. We're going to take the oval from that, and we're going to cut it out with the Coastal Cabana and our Big Boss. Move that out of the way. So you end up with your frame and an extra oval, and then this piece here. And what we are going to do is, on our scrap of Mint Macaron, we are going to come in with our Peaceful Moment stamp set. And now this I've combined with the beautifully braided retired stamp set and the Sending You Thoughts one. But this top part is the Peaceful Moments stamp set. And we're going to stamp with Deepest Sympathy in our Bermuda Bay ink. Set that aside, and we're going to pull this oval back in, come in and trace it. Because we want the words to fit behind this, we're going to want to cut on the inside of the line so we don't have any cardstock sticking out. And if you find that you've got a little bit of cardstock, or you need to shift it a little bit, then you can always trim off the extra cardstock. So I think that looks good. So let's grab our glue here. Get my glue coming out here. This is my Tombow glue in the multi-purpose, or no, the Tombow multi-purpose glue in the fine tip glue bottle. So sometimes it wants to stick in there and not come out so great. Sometimes if that's the case, I will pull this off and then just stick the pin down in it so it can go a little farther and twist it around, and usually that breaks it loose for me. Okay, we're gonna come in with a scrap of Bermuda Bay, which I already put the adhesive sheets on the back. I have the old Sizzix sheet still, and for some reason this Sizzix sheet has, normally it's the thicker side that sticks to your paper, not the Sizzix side, but with this particular pack, it's the Sizzix pack. And this is the Flower of Homes die. And we are gonna use this one, this one, this one, and that one. So we are just gonna line these up on here. Like that. Bring my die brush in. Actually, I'm not going to bring my die brush in, I forgot. A lot of times with the adhesive sheets on the back, all the little pieces don't always want to come out, and if they do, and if they don't, usually they come out when you pull off the sticky sheet. Okay, so for our frame, we're going to need these two pieces. And we're going to put this one on the top. And you could also just do this with the Tombow glue on the back. And of course this time it did not take out all the little pieces like it usually does for me. So I'm going to get my take your pick tool. And actually sometimes if you just stick your finger against there, it'll pull them out. And sometimes not all of them. Okay, so we've got that one. And then that one. Okay, now we're going to come back in with our card base. And this is a 4x4 piece of the Pretty Prince designer paper. And we are going to glue that on. Okay, so we're going to take our 1x4" piece of Bermuda Bay and we are going to run it through our Fern embossing folder. It's a 3D embossing folder, so we'll need the specialty plate. And while we've got our embossing folder here, we are going to run our envelope flap through as well. You don't have to do this, but sometimes if I'm using an embossing folder, I like to emboss the flap. It just gives it a little extra. Just be careful with your folder. Normally you stick the spine in first, but this won't fit in that way. With the envelopes, so just make sure you've got it completely straight in there so it's not ruining your folder. And there you've got your nice embossing. Okay, so we're going to glue this onto here. And for the inside of our card, we are going to put a little bit of tear and tape in this little space here. That just keeps your card closed, so it's like a book, to give it the book binding. And if you don't like to tear the tear and tape, you can also cut it. All right. So we are going to put our front on with some Stampin' Dimensionals, the mini ones. We are also going to come in with some rhinestones and our Bermuda Bay light Stampin' blend, and we are going to color them with this more of a nub tip. We're going to do 3 of them. And a lot of times when you're adding embellishments, you want to add in groups of 3 or odd numbers anyway. It doesn't have to be 3, it could be 5. And then you want to take like a 12 or 13-inch piece of the Pool Party sheer ribbon, and we are just going to tie it the whole way around and do a square knot. I'm much better at doing square knots than bows. And then we're just going to trim the ends a little bit. So that's the front of your card. The ribbon the whole way around just kind of encourages the recipient not to try to pull it the whole way open if they realize that the ribbon's on there. Okay, so for the inside we have a 4x4 Bermuda Bay, and then we've got a 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 Coastal Cabana. I cut out the inside just because you're not going to see it, and I can use that square for something else on a different card. So we are going to pull in our Stamparatus. And I think I actually set the Stamparatus up to do that when you've already had it glued on. So let me just check that out. Yeah. So I'm just gonna glue it on quick, pieces together. We're gonna pull the Bermuda Bay back in. And that looks good to me. Okay, so I can bring this piece that I cut back in, and if you notice, it's a little bit too long to fit there. Now, I probably could still stick it in there and it would be okay hanging over, but I didn't want it hanging over. So I am just going to take a regular hole punch, just a handheld hole punch, and I'm just going to snip off the ends right here. And when I tried like scissors don't work so well to get like a real even cut, so this way it looks more flush and like it was meant to be like that. So there's that. So then it can fit down here like that. Just gonna tear the paper off. Sorry, I'm out of view and I'm getting stuck. This is why, quite honestly, a lot of times I just use the Tombow glue on the back. But I had some of these done for a workshop, and I thought it might be easier for everybody not to be using the Tombow glue, because I know sometimes with detailed spaces and the Tombow glue, some people get frustrated, so that's why I use the adhesive sheets. Okay, and if I can get unstuck long enough to put this in. Okay, so there we go. And then we're just going to glue that inside. And sympathy cards are cards you never really want to have to send out, but it's nice to have them on hand so you can send them out promptly when you do need to. Okay, and then for the envelope, we're just going to come in with this piece and decorate, since we don't have any like flower stamps that we were stamping with. If you wanted to, you could do a strip of the designer paper. You could either do it on the envelope flap, or you could also do like a strip of it here on the envelope. And there you've got it. our beautiful Pretty Prince bookbinding sympathy card. Let me know what you like better, the blue or the purple, in the comments below. And just if you're watching this during the month of June 2022, Stampin' Up! Is having an offer right now for the kits collection, buy one get one half off. So once you put 2 in your cart, you'll get the second one half off. So I believe you can stick the most expensive one as your second kit and get it for the half off. So if you do that, be sure to put me in as your demonstrator and I will get credit for your order. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do that. And also, if you hit the like button, that lets me know what you guys are thinking. All right, thanks. Have a great day.